Hello, everyone, and welcome to Week 4 Team Insights. Over the next several minutes, Erin, Alyssa, and I will spend some time talking about environmental psychology in relation to the workplace and the retail space. During our time, we'll focus on the following learning objectives. What are the potential psychological effects on individuals in relation to the physical environment of the work and retail space? In what ways can the physical environment impact a business's outcomes? And finally, we'll identify and discuss important environmental considerations in both the work and retail space.
So beginning with the psychological impacts of the workplace. There are 10 fundamental design elements that have a psychological impact on workplace environment. Room temperature, maintaining an ideal temperature of around 70.88 degrees Fahrenheit is crucial, as there is a 1 to 2% decrease in performance for every 1.8 degrees above or below this range. Nature, sensory changes, providing visual stimulation throughout the day keeps employees alert and engaged, preventing sensory dullness. Colors, noise control, crowding, human factors, considering comfort designs, workplace safety, and other psychological elements to impact employee well-being. Air quality, maintaining good air quality through proper ventilation and air circulation. Choice, providing a variety of work settings to support different work functions on individual preferences. Employee engagement, creating an environment that fosters creativity, motivation, and a sense of belonging. These elements collectively contribute to a workplace environment that supports the well-being, productivity, and engagement of employees, ultimately enabling companies to grow, adapt, and innovate effectively. Let's take a look at a video of Pinterest head of workplace and head of workplace organizations discussing how a culture of inclusivity drives their workplace design.
I feel like people get inspired on Pinterest. They find new recipe, they find new design for their home. So when they come into our office, they see different office design, different areas, and they get inspired.
At Pinterest, we care so much about employee happiness and engagement, and a part of that truly is the workplace.
We think inclusivity when we design our office. We take a lot of pride in making sure that employees have everything they need amenities-wise. We have a cafeteria, the workspace is height adjustable. We have conference room, quiet room, phone booths, from gender-neutral restrooms to showers. There is an area for everyone. Our space needs to be flexible. It also needs to foster creativity. Do we have an event space? Is there a wellness center? Is there a quiet room? Everyone has an area that they could be productive. Engineers prefer to work in more quiet space. And then there's also a lot of activation space and a lot of lounges and social areas for our sales groups.
What success for us looks like is when employees want to bring their families to work and they're happy to showcase what their home looks like. And we're seeing a lot of that.
There's so many different aspects of the office that brings joy.
Pinterest emphasizes fostering a culture through workplace design with a deep commitment to employee happiness, engagement, and inspiration. This approach is supportive of a work environment for the diverse needs of employees and encompasses the 10 fundamental design elements. It's no surprise Pinterest reports a plus 11% growth to last year's sales.
We will now move on to Learning Objective 2, where we will look at the ways the physical environment can impact business outcomes. Let's touch on a few of the physical design elements that impact business outcomes. A few examples are color, noise, nature, and crowding. A few examples of how color is perceived in the workplace are brighter colors such as reds, as well as blues and greens, are associated with higher focus and task accuracy. Blue is calming and cooling and promotes mental control and clear creative thinking. Pink lessens feelings of irritation, aggression, loneliness, discouragement, and burden. Noise can reduce psychological well-being and disable productivity. Complete silence can also be distracting, so it's important to find a level of noise control. Small team areas are key in providing a separate space for individual work or collaboration with others, which can improve team cohesion and productivity. Companies can help employees reconnect with nature by including views, plants, fresh air, and even the sound of nature in the office space. It's also important to take time to go outdoors. This is when outdoor work areas would come in handy. Outdoor work areas can also increase face-to-face interactions between employees. These office settings can reduce stress and lead to improved communication. When people feel crowded, they often feel stressed. This is one reason why open-plan offices are becoming less popular. Crowding can be reduced through the use of furniture, plants, decorative elements, or pillars. It's important to remember that these office design elements can help reduce stress, improve cognitive performance, and lead to improved collaboration. Open-plan offices were popular for a very long time. However, research is now criticizing this office design. Here is a short video about a study by the Australian Academy of Science that measured the change in face-to-face interactions in an open-plan office.
The Australian Academy of Science. Follow our Facebook page.
The key takeaways that we learned from this video are that open-plan offices are popular for economic reasons. We also learned that while focusing on collaboration and face-to-face interactions with coworkers, this study proved that open-plan offices minimize both. The last takeaway is we also saw that emails and instant messaging increased, which caused the level of productivity within the company to decrease. This goes back to how important face-to-face interactions are within the office. We wanted to provide an example of a real-life workplace design that has been beneficial for a company known as Google. Google was originally promoted as an open-plan office design. In 2018, Google realized this needed to change. Google's workforce topped 100,000 employees all over the world, and face-to-face collaboration was often impossible. Employees found it harder to focus with so many distractions inside Google's open offices. Google's real estate group began to consider what it could do differently. They focused on 3 trends, which were work happens anywhere and not just in the office, what employees need from a workplace is changing constantly, and workplaces need to be more than desks, meeting rooms, and amenities. The pandemic created an opportunity for more effective changes to be made. One example of changes that they decided to make in the workplace design were the development of the campfire meeting rooms. Campfire meeting rooms where in-person attendees can sit in a circle interspread with impossible to ignore large vertical displays. The displays show the faces of people dialing in by video conference, so the virtual participants are able to be interactive and collaborate with their employees who are in the office space. Google also designed outdoor work areas that can help respond to the concerns that the coronavirus easily spread in the traditional offices. This is an example of how Google had a growth mindset throughout the process of improving their workplace design. They saw the issues with the open plan office design and turned to their research and development team for ways to make changes.
Now on to learning objective 3, important considerations in workplace design. We learned performance equals ability plus motivation plus opportunity, also known as the AMO framework. This is important to consider in workplace design. The AMO framework is a model that explains key components leading to high performance in the workplace. Ability refers to the skills and knowledge an individual possesses. Motivation relates to the willingness and drive to perform, and opportunity pertains to the circumstances and resources available to employees. By considering the AMO framework in the environmental workplace design, organizations can nurture an environment supporting employee abilities, motivations, and opportunities, ultimately leading to an improved performance and productivity across various business functions. By consistently asking employees for feedback on how the existing workplace inspires, motivates, and provides the necessary resources, organizations can implement new ideas to enhance the employee experience, ultimately leading to and motivating productive workplace design. This approach fosters a culture of ongoing improvement, demonstrating a commitment to involving with employees' needs and expectations. In conclusion, workplace design strategies can enhance employee performance, allowing organizations to continue growing, adapting, and improving and innovating. As MAP students in an online program, which of the key design elements could you apply to your home academic workspace? Perhaps adjust heating and cooling systems to create a comfortable environment. Display inspirational quotes or visuals that align with your goals and aspirations. Choose colors in your study area to promote a positive and focused mindset, such as a blue for calmness or green for concentration. Minimize distractions and noise control levels. By implementing strategic design elements at home, we can create a MAP study environment that enhances wealth and well-being and academic productivity.
Moving on to learning objective 4, we will identify the important environmental considerations in the design of retail spaces. We will begin with understanding the importance of consumer shopping patterns. So, for example, why are the shoppers in stores? As we can see from the chart on the slide, 15% of shoppers are visiting to socialize. 7% are visiting for entertainment or to have fun. 10% of shoppers are visiting seeking inspiration or personal growth. 19% are visiting to discover or learn something new. And 49% of shoppers are visiting to get a specific task done, for example, like running errands, buying groceries. The key to any retail store's future success hinges on the ability to ensure great customer experiences. We will now look at the factors that influence consumer experience. The 4 factors are intention, expectation of visitors, interactions while in the space, and quality of the physical space. First, we'll look at intention. This is the decision of choosing a store, goals, and activities. So why are shoppers visiting stores? Do they have a specific task? Are they just browsing? Or are they using it as a form of socialization with family and friends? Next, expectation of visitors. This is what the consumer expects based on prior experiences, word of mouth, or brand equity. First impressions matter. When companies invest in a visually appealing and well-organized space, they will captivate customers and spark their interest. When we reflect on brand identity and values, a consistent design aesthetic creates brand recognition and reinforces customer trust. By effectively designing your brand, you can establish an emotional connection with customers and build long-term loyalty. Next, we will look at interactions while in the space. This is the social and interactive experience. Creating a memorable experience is important. Engaging customers through unique and innovative design elements can leave a lasting impression and differ your store from competitors. It's also important to think about influencing buying decisions. Well-thought-out product placement, Effective signage and visual merchandising can guide customers through the store and draw attention to specific products or promotions. Finally, we will look at quality of the physical space. This is the ease of navigation to products, furnishings, and amenities, which frame our experience while in retail stores. It's important to remember to enhance the comfort and convenience. Factors such as aisle width, well-placed seating areas, accessible checkout counters, and fitting rooms all contribute to the convenience and ease of navigating within a retail store.
So now let's apply the key findings influencing the consumer in a quick workshop experience to a current day opportunity. Secondhand shopping continues to be one of the fastest growing segments in apparel and estimated to be worth $177 billion and projected to hit $350 billion by 2027, as reported by ThreadsUp. This includes both brick and mortar and online shopping. The information in this workshop is from research reported by the article Millennial Perceptions of Fast Fashion and Secondhand Clothing. So when we look at intention, what we know about consumers today are they are more eco-friendly, helping to preserve natural resources with no packaging, supporting local businesses, and continue to contribute to less waste. The expectation of the visitors in the study, only 57% of participants had shopped at a secondhand stores. However, even the participants who had never shopped in the secondhand store had negative perceptions. These perceptions consisted of odors, non-trendy assortments, damaged and dirty clothing. Next, looking at interactions while in the secondhand space. The hunt can be frustrating due to finding top brands that are actually in good condition. And lastly, looking at the quality of the physical space, the perception is secondhand shopping is viewed as unorganized, cluttered, and not enough fitting rooms. So now let's apply our retail learning to our designs. First, starting with the intention. Showcase sustainable products and materials communicating the store's commitment to environmental value through signage and promotional materials. Incorporate digital media by setting up interactive displays featuring user-generated content from social media and promote Instagram contests to engage consumers. And lastly, involve consumers in charitable donations by allowing them to select a local charity for the store to donate a portion of their sales or implement a rounding up program. Next, with the expectation of visitors, engage consumers' senses by ensuring a visually appealing, uncluttered store layout with consistent displays and adjust lighting to create a pleasant atmosphere. Next, wash all clothing for a fresh scent prior to adding the items to the sales floor. Create a trendy atmosphere with background music that complements the brand and appeals to the target audience. Next, interactions while in the space. Make shopping fun. Organize products based on trends to create a sense of excitement and immediate gratification for customers seeking those thrill finds. Host fashion shows and other interactive events to engage consumers and create a lively, exciting atmosphere. Lastly, let's look at the quality of the physical space. We could use upscale color schemes and design elements to convey a premium brand image, ensure adequate space for consumers to move around and browse comfortably, provide fitting rooms with additional social spaces for friends and family together. By applying these strategies, we can create a retail design offering an engaging and sensory shopping experience to attract new customers, retain existing, and improve the secondhand retail shopping stigma.
As we close out our discussion, I'd like to take a minute to focus on a few key takeaway points. We've identified how pivotal of a role the physical environment plays in the design of both retail and workspaces. And we've discussed how the physical environment can impact both business outcomes and the psychological well-being of employees and consumers. In closing, we'd like you to consider the following question for discussion. Think back on and share a work experience that impacted your productivity, either in a positive or negative way, due to a specific design element. Please also discuss any tip or idea that could enhance the employee experience. We thank you very much for your time and attendance and listening to our discussion. Have a wonderful day.